Hi, I'm Elena. I used to believe in happy endings, in soulmates, in the kind of love that could weather any storm. But life has a way of testing those beliefs sometimes in ways you can't see coming. This is the story of how I lost not only the man I loved, but also the friend I thought I could trust with my life. How it all began. I met Liam 3 years ago at a small cafe near my workplace. I had spilled coffee on my laptop, and as I panicked, he handed me a napkin and offered to help. His warm smile and calm demeanor instantly put me at ease. I'm Liam, he said. It's not every day I get to save someone's day. I laughed despite my frustration, and that was it. We exchanged numbers, and a week later, he took me out for dinner. Liam was everything I'd ever wanted: funny, caring, and ambitious. We fell in love fast and hard. Within 6 months, we moved in together, sharing a cozy apartment filled with laughter, late night talks, and dreams of the future. The friendship that defined me. Then there was Mia. Mia had been my best friend since college, and she was the sister I never had. The one person who knew me better than anyone else. She had a sharp sense of humor, a contagious laugh, and a knack for making everyone feel important. Mia and Liam got along well, which made me happy. They often joked around, and I loved seeing two of my favorite people connect. Sometimes Mia would join us for dinner or game nights. It felt like a perfect balance. But looking back, there were little signs I ignored. One evening, I came home early from work and found Liam and Mia in our living room. They were sitting close on the couch laughing at something on his phone. Hey, what's going on? I asked, trying not to sound suspicious. Just a funny video, Liam said, quickly putting his phone away. Mia stood up, brushing imaginary crumbs off her jeans. I was in the area and thought I'd drop, but I hope you don't mind. Of course not, I said, smiling, but something felt off. Over the next few months, I started noticing more of these moments. Liam would mention Mia in casual conversations, how she gave him great advice about work, how she had an amazing sense of humor. It stung a little, but I told myself it was harmless. After all, Mia was like family. The night everything changed. The night it all unraveled started like any other. Liam had told me he was working late, so I decided to surprise him with dinner at his office. I packed his favorite meal and drove over, excited to see his face light up. But when I got there, his desk was empty. His co-workers said he had left hours ago. Confused, I called his phone, but it went straight to voicemail. I didn't wanna. overthink it, so I drove home. As I turned the corner to our street, I saw his car parked outside our building. Relief washed over me, but it was short lived. I noticed another car, a familiar one, Mia's car. My heart started pounding. It's nothing, I told myself. She's probably just visiting. But when I walked into the apartment, I found them together. They were in the kitchen, standing too close. Liam's hand was on Mia's waist, and she was leaning into him. They froze when they saw me, guilt written all over their faces. Elena, Liam stammered, stepping back. I couldn't breathe. My hands shook as I dropped the bag of food. What's going on? It's not what it looks like, Mia said quickly, but her voice lacked conviction. Then tell me what it is, I demanded, my voice breaking. Neither of them could answer. The aftermath. Liam tried to explain later. He said it was a mistake, a one time thing that didn't mean anything. Mia said she didn't know how it happened, that she didn't mean to hurt me, but their words felt hollow. The betrayal was too deep. For weeks, I tried to make sense of it. I replayed every moment in my head, searching for clues I had missed. Had I been blind? Too trusting? Mia called me repeatedly, begging for forgiveness. We didn't want to hurt you, she said in one voicemail. It just happened. But how does something like that just happen? The breaking point. One day, Liam suggested we go to couples therapy. He said he wanted to fix things, that he still loved me. A part of me wanted to believe him. I wanted to hold on to the life we had built together. But during one session, the therapist asked him a simple question. Why did you do it? Liam hesitated. I don't know. He finally said it was exciting. It was different. His words hit me like a punch to the stomach. I realized then that he wasn't sorry for what he did. He was sorry he got caught. That night, I packed my bags and left, healing and moving forward. The months that followed were some of the hardest of my life. I moved in with my sister, who became my rock during that time. I cut all ties with Mia and Liam, blocking their numbers and unfollowing them on social media. There were days when I felt like I couldn't get out of bed, when the weight of betrayal felt unbearable, but slowly I began to heal. I focused on myself, my career, my hobbies, my dreams. I started my therapy, where I learned to let go of the anger and sadness. I even began writing, pouring my feelings into stories that helped me process the pain. Looking back, now 2 years later, I can look back and see that losing Liam and Mia was a blessing in disguise. They taught me the value of self worth and the importance of trusting my instincts. I won't lie, there are still moments when the memory stings, but I've learned to let go, to forgive not for their sake, but for mine. And if there's one thing I know now, it's this: love doesn't hurt, it heals. And someday I'll find the kind of love I truly deserve. Now tell me, what do you think? Have you ever experienced betrayal from someone you trusted deeply, whether a partner or a friend? How did you overcome it? Or what advice would you give to someone going through it now? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. If you liked this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in next video.